Denver, you guys are headed off to the semifinal. Just now that you guys know it's Moncton, what's the biggest focus heading into tomorrow?
I think just executing our game plan, sticking to our game and just showing up ready to play from the drop of the puck until, the game's over. Got to have a consistent 60-minute effort, and I think we'll be good.
You guys only knew stuff about them from video, but have now had a chance to play them. What did you guys, learn about that team in that one game?
Yeah, I know they're fast and they play well in all three zones. They play good defense, and then they got offensive power that they can score goals at ease. So making sure we're good in our D zone and kind of transitioning from there.
When both teams want to impose themselves, how do you get it done?
I think we just got to trust, the game plan that we have in place, and trust the guys on our bench and our staff. They put a game plan in for us, and we got to be ready to execute it. And I think we've had a strong year all year, and we've responded from losses really well. So making sure we're ready to go from the drop of the puck, and just giving it our all every shift.
Both teams are playing away, basically.
Yeah.
What do you expect from the crowd, and do you feel that you need to, maybe create your own energy a little bit in an environment like that?
Yeah, obviously it's tough not being on home ice. The crowd's not necessarily getting loud for you all the time, so you kind of got to find, like you said, your own energy on the bench, and hopefully there's some London fans that we can hear screaming that'll give us that extra boost.
What's Austin Elliott like? Is he like the typical weird goalie, or what's...
No, he's awesome. He's a great guy. None of us knew really much about him coming over here, and then came to London. He fit in with our group really well. Super relaxed guy. Shows up to the rink every day, smile on his face. He brings a calm presence, but great guy. Loves to have fun. Loves to talk with the guys.
Were you surprised just by how good he was? Like, this guy went through no one took him in the WHL, passed on by a whole league, and then. Yes, that's super.
Yeah, it's wild. We kind of looked at his stats a bit. That was kind of all we could go off of, and he had some good stats from years before, but we had no clue what he was going to bring to us. And when he came over here, I remember our first practice, everyone was kind of like, "Oh, geez, we got a good goalie on our hands," and he kind of took off ever since then. So I'm super grateful to have him on, in the net for us.
How good is, in your history here, how good has the team been at washing, like, the frustration of hitting posts and missing nets? How good has the team been?
Yeah, I think we've kind of had a tough tournament in terms of producing offense and just bearing down on our chances. I think the chances have been there. We just got to focus on bearing down. And this whole tournament, I think we've struggled to finish on our chances. So at the end of the day, we know it comes down to one game, and we're going to make sure we're going to do our best to bear down on our chances and just do anything to win.
Have you been surprised by that? Because it really hasn't been a theme all year.
Yeah. I mean, we've been able to produce offense consistently all year, and I think this is kind of a 3-game stint where it's been harder to find offense and goals. So I have all the confidence in this group to turn it around in a do-or-die game when it's on the line. I've seen every guy on our team work all year, score in practice, and full faith in whoever gets these chances that we're going to bury them.
Moncton's kind of theme is let's keep hanging around. Is that kind of you don't want the path to end before it did last year, right?
Yeah, they're a good team. We know they're going to be ready to play. Both of the team seasons are on the lines, and it's going to be a hard fought game. It's going to be intense, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.